What if I told you that the person you present to the world isn't really asterisk you asterisk, that beneath every smile, every confident answer, every well-timed joke, there's a version of yourself you've buried so deeply you might not even recognize them anymore? We all wear masks, not the theatrical kind, no, the psychological ones, the ones we craft in childhood, in trauma, in silence, the ones we put on to feel safe, accepted, loved, and over time we forget they were ever masks at all. They become our faces, but here's the unsettling truth. The longer we wear them, the more we drift from who we truly are, until one day we look in the mirror and see a stranger staring back. This isn't just metaphor. It's psychology, it's survival, and it's something almost every human being goes through, whether they admit it or not. Carl Jung once said, asterisk, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." Asterisk, and he was right. Because to accept ourselves means to peel off those layers we've carefully built, to confront not only what we've hidden from others, but what we've hidden from ourselves. In early life, we learn quickly what parts of us are welcomed, and which ones are punished, mocked, ignored. Maybe you were too loud, too sensitive, too curious, too emotional, so piece by piece you trimmed yourself down, you built personas, versions of yourself that could blend in, be loved, stay safe. A child who feels they can't be loved as they are will adapt. They'll become the achiever, the caretaker, the class clown, the rebel, whatever earns approval, whatever silences the rejection. These adaptations aren't evil, they're brilliant, they're how we survive in a world that rarely makes room for wholeness. But survival has a cost, and that cost is authenticity. Eventually, the mask fuses with the skin. You don't just play the role. You believe you asterisk are asterisk the role, until something breaks, a burnout, a heartbreak. A silent, creeping emptiness, that's when the mask begins to crack. This isn't a new story. Ancient philosophers spoke of it. The Greeks had a word, asterisk persona asterisk, the theatrical mask worn in plays. It became the root of our word for person. Even back then, they understood the performance of identity, and today, it's only intensified. Social media has turned life into a never-ending audition. Carefully curated images, thoughts edited for impact, emotions filtered for aesthetic. We're praised for how well we play the part, while the self behind the scenes withers in silence. You might think, but everyone does this, and you'd be right, but that doesn't make it harmless. Because every time we betray who we are to fit into what's expected, we lose a part of ourselves. The psychologist Donald Winnicott called this the creation of the false self, a psychological armor we build to navigate a world that doesn't feel emotionally safe. It protects, but it also imprisons. Eventually, the cost becomes unbearable. You start feeling numb, disconnected. You wonder why, even when everything looks fine on the outside, something still feels off, because you're not meant to live behind a mask. You're meant to asterisk be asterisk. But breaking free isn't easy. It means revisiting the moments you first chose the mask, the pain, the rejection, the unmet needs. It means grieving the parts of you that were exiled. It means standing in front of the world, raw, unfiltered, real, and risking being seen. But that's where freedom begins. You don't need to burn your life down. You don't need to announce your authenticity to the world with a dramatic flourish. It starts quietly, gently, by telling yourself the truth, by noticing the places where you shrink, where you perform, where you disconnect. It starts by asking, asterisk, who am I when no one is watching? Asterisk, asterisk, who was I before the world told me who I had to be? Asterisk, you might be surprised by the answers, or terrified, or both, but buried underneath the roles, the performances, the expectations, is someone aching to be real, someone who doesn't need to be perfect, just asterisk whole. Asterisk, the path back to yourself is rarely lit. It winds through shadow, through discomfort, but it's the only path that leads to peace. Because no amount of external validation can replace the quiet strength of being truly known, especially by yourself. So maybe it's time to loosen the grip on who you think you're supposed to be. Time to listen to the parts of you you've silenced. Time to meet the stranger in the mirror and welcome them home. If this spoke to something in you, if it stirred a feeling you can't quite name, don't brush it off. Sit with it, let it echo, and if you're ready to explore more truths like this, subscribe to the channel, like the video, but more importantly, take a moment to reflect. Who are you really beneath the mask? And are you willing to find out?